and Homer played a prank on the president of their neighborhood association. Homer knocked on the door and then hid in the bushes. George thought it was his own sons coming home. When he opened the door, he saw his two sons flying. Homer immediately gave Bart an order. Bart then squeezed glue onto George's head. After that, Homer put a colorful wig on George's head. This made George make a complete fool of himself in public. Once George had his hair dyed, he got into a luxury car and headed to the Simpsons' house, determined to get revenge. Homer and Bart decided to fight back against George, so they sneaked into the sewer. Bart held a box of locusts as a weapon. George got out of the car, looking very proud after venting his anger. He lowered his head and realized the father-son pair were up to no good, so he lifted the manhole cover and jumped into the sewer. They charged at each other in a rage, starting a fierce fight. But Homer couldn't beat the agile George, so he threw mud in George's face and used his weight advantage to pin George firmly to the ground. George pulled out a weapon he had hidden in his watch. Bart immediately threw the box of locusts at George. Swarmed by the locusts, George was powerless to resist. They fell out of the sewer and onto the ground. George's wife ordered him to apologize to Homer. Although he was very reluctant, he had no choice but to obey his wife's command. The next morning, George's family hurriedly moved out of the neighborhood, but just a moment later, the house was sold again. It turned out the former neighborhood president had moved in. After a short conversation, they found they shared exactly the same hobbies.